It's been some time since I've done a bit of a chat on my progress with my speaking. Now, last week I had a pretty major setback with my Toastmasters class. So what happened is I went to my class feeling okay. I didn't have any qualms, so there was no reason to not be in a pretty good headspace. However, I got my impromptu topic, which, if nobody's aware what an impromptu topic is, you're given a topic to speak of, and it could be about anything at all, to speak on that particular topic for 1 to 2 minutes. Now, when I got up there, I started to speak, and I started okay. I started to feel okay. However, I just drew a blank, and that's never happened to me before, and it made me quite frustrated, and I think I did get a little bit emotional because of it, because it really did upset me, the fact that I just had a blank and I couldn't draw from it. And the funny thing was, I left that particular class on that day with the intent of just forgetting about the whole speaking thing. And it took maybe an hour for my resilience to, I guess, kick in and say, hey, you know what? You need to look at the actual positives of, I've been to, it was my 12th class, and so 12th class and 3rd month that I've been going to my speaking groups, and which usually means 1 group per week. So it's not a lot of speaking each week that I'm doing. So, and then when I sort of looked around and realized that, the people that I respect and that I look up to at these particular groups, they've been going for decades, and the people that, that speak really well, and they obviously put a lot of time and effort into their progress also. But I need not be so hard on myself, because when you start to recognize, something that you've struggled with your whole life, you're going to have small setbacks with this particular thing, and that's okay. That this happens, because that's life. And the same would be for someone that struggles to keep themselves fit or active. And I liken it to the fact that sometimes when you do your sports training sessions, you're not always going to feel 100% of the time. And I guess I liken that, and as I drill back to a lot of my examples when I speak, is that it's okay to have an off week or an off day, and it's not the end of the world, which I saw it to be at the time, because it is a bit humiliating and frustrating in that you can come so far and yet have a setback like I did, and I've never had to deal with that really before. And as I say, it took an hour for me to go, hey, wake up to yourself. You've come so far, and if you want to achieve your goals that you've set yourself in relation to my physical training course going forward, and also group training, but also my journey of public speaking, then I need to keep going. And there's no long and short of it, is just you do need to sometimes take stock and just take the good with the bad. And I went to my class last night, and it was a bit of a hit to the ego, because there was people in that room that did see me last week fall off the horse, and it was embarrassing. And though, to be able to front up last night, and I won't lie, the first time that I stood up and did my first talk, I was quivering in my boots. I was shaking in my boots, but that's okay too, because I think my mindset was still stuck in last week's mode. But it didn't take long for me to kick back in and over to being a little bit mentally stronger. And by the end of the session, I felt like I was back to normal. So it's funny how a little bit of perspective can go a long way, and not to be so hard on yourself, because it is a journey, and my journey isn't done yet. And I know that if I want to achieve great things, then this is the one thing that has always held me back. And I'm kind of excited by the fact that I had such a major setback, yet used it to my advantage and will continue to do so. And what I've done my whole life is, if I do have a setback, use it to your advantage and play to your strengths. So yeah, I got a lot out of, or I learnt a lot, I guess, from this past week. And today, you could not wipe the smile off my face. I had such a great day, and it was all due to the fact that when you look inside of yourself and see just how strong sometimes you need to be, and when you come through for yourself, you know, you can be, it's amazing what you can overcome in such a short space of time, and how you can flick a negative into a positive. And setbacks are advantageous. Good chat.